So hello friends. So in today's video, I will be talking about a very awesome tool which is called Lazygit. So Lazygit is a tool to manage Git repositories and Git files. Okay. Now I use different coding editors or different IDEs when I'm developing any software or any application using different programming languages. So I use NewVim. Okay, so I use NewVim when I'm writing any scripting or any shell script or Python or any front-end code. Sometimes I use VS Code. Okay, so I have a Jupyter extension installed in my VS Code, and if I am writing anything on Jupyter Notebook, I prefer to use VS Code. I use Plant UML to create my sequence diagram for my software. So I use Plant UML in extension in my VS Code. Also sometimes also for writing my codes and Java, Python, or front-end Angular, I use VS Code. Also, I use IntelliJ in case I'm using writing a Java program. I prefer to use IntelliJ especially for Java programs. Now, I also use Obsidian tool to create a note. So Obsidian is basically a note-taking tool, and it's an amazing tool. And basically, it's let you write notes in a Markdown language. So to back up all my notes, I've created a GitHub repository, and I write the notes and I commit it on my repository to get the back to keep the backup of my notes. Now I use different tools, and if you see in VS Code, it has a Git tool integrated in it, and you can use extensions like Git lens and other Git extensions to manage Gits. In IntelliJ also there is a Git integrated in the ID which you can use. But I wanted to use a common tool. But after I came across this Lazygit, now Lazygit is an awesome tool and it helps you to manage your Git files in a very better way and a good way. And now you don't need to understand different Git tools provided by different code editors or IntelliJs, or if you are just writing anything in a notepad or in a VS in a notepad plus plus, or any any file or any editor which doesn't provide you any Git tool, right? So it's really helpful if you know this Lazygit tool. So I will be talking about this. I will tell you guys how you can install a Lazygit on your system, on a Linux system or a Windows system, and then I will also show you the interface, how it looks. So it's basically a terminal-based tool. So you need to, you can access the tool inside the terminal. So I will be sharing my screen, and then we can start. Okay, so this is the Lazygit repository. Okay, so this is the Lazygit GitHub repository. Okay, so this is the UI. Okay, so I will be showing it how I use it. Okay, so this is a kind of a interface. So they have kind of put a demo of how the Lazygit looks and how it feels. Okay. Now you can go through these sections provided in the table of contents of this GitHub repository, or the documentation for Lazygit. So I will just go to the installation section. So these are different ways to install it. Okay, so you can use Homebrew in Mac. Also, you can use using this Mac ports. Okay, you can use on different Linux environment. You can use Scoop. Okay, to install on Windows, and you can use it on large Arch Linux, or for Ubuntu, you can just use these commands. Now I am running WSL. Okay, so WSL is basically Windows Subsystem system for Linux, where you can run Linux on a Windows machine. Okay, you don't need to separately install a Linux. You can just install WSL, and then you can run any Linux. Like right now, I'm using Ubuntu, so you can run Ubuntu in a WSL together with your or inside your Windows machine. So I already have a video or if you are not aware about WSL and if you want to run it, I already have a video on how to set up WSL. Okay. Now, if you are using Windows, you can install Scoop. Okay. So to install Scoop, you can go to Scoop website. Okay. And these two are the commands. So you need to run it on a PowerShell. Okay. So I will be just showing it. So see if you, this is my Windows PowerShell and I'm using Windows Terminal. Okay. So if you see these two commands that were present on the Scoop website, I used that to install Scoop. So after running these two commands, your Scoop will be installed. So Scoop was installed successfully. After that, you need to follow the GitHub command. So you need to do scoop bucket add extras, okay, and then scoop install Lazygit. So if you see here, I'm running this scoop bucket add extras command, and then scoop install Lazygit. This way, it will install Lazygit inside my Windows machine. To install it on Linux, so this is my Linux machine, okay. So I already have installed it. You can just run sudo apt in Windows or any Debian machine. You can run install lazy. Okay. So I already have installed this. Okay. What is saying Debian it now? Okay, you can use this. So I've already installed it. Okay. So you can use this commands as well. I can just let me try this. Yeah. So you can run this command in Ubuntu, and if you are using other like I also use Arch Linux, so for that you need to use these commands. Or you can sorry, for Arch Linux you can use the pacman command to install the Lazygit. Now once you install it, so first let me show you the notes I write. Okay. So this is the repository for my notes. Okay. Now let me open the Obsidian tool. So this is Obsidian tool. If you see, I have Java nodes in it. Okay, so you can see I have multiple nodes written here. Now, if I need to modify a nodes and I want to commit it, I am going to use a Lazygit. So for that, I just need to go inside the folder or inside my Git repository, which I have cloned locally on my system. So I will go inside the folder, like in the notes folder, and I can run Lazygit command, and it will start the Lazygit interface. So if you see here, okay, you can see that this is my main branch. Okay, so I don't have multiple branch in my repository. Okay, so this will show the modified files. So these are the modified files. Okay, if you see here, these are the modified files. So whenever I'm going to modify my notes, it is going to see it. So here, okay. This is the branch. You can go to remote section and you can search the remote branch. Currently, I have only one branch as my remote branch. And you can see it is showing the uh, all my commits which I have done. Okay. Let me go to the local branch again. And it is showing that my branch is 4 commits behind. So if I need to sync it, I just need to pull the command. Okay. And if you see here, these are the commits, which is currently here. And if you see here, whenever I'm selecting any commit, it is showing me the diff of that commit. Okay. If you want to check the shortcut commands, you can just press the question mark. So if you see at the below, it is saying key bindings question mark. So if I'm going to type the question mark, that is shift plus the key with question mark, it is going to show me all the commands. So C is the command for commit, W is to commit changes without pre-commit hope. A is to amend the last commit. Okay. So these A is comma small a is to stage all comments, all files. Okay. So you can check the shortcuts using this question mark command. Okay. Now, if suppose I have done a modification, okay, so I want to add this file, so I can add the single file by just selecting that file and pressing the spacebar. Now this file is stage or this file is added. Again, I want to unstage it. I will just need to do a spacebar again, or I think, yeah, I need to do a spacebar again, and it will unstage the file. If I want to stage the complete folder, I can go to the folder and then press the space. This will add all my files inside that folder. If I go to the parent directory and then press space, it is going to add all the files to the stage. Now, to commit that after adding it, I can just press on C. C is going to commit the file. So if you see, I can add a commit summary and a commit description. And if I enter, press the enter key, it is going to create a new commit. For now, I will not be creating a new commit. Okay, I will just discard these changes. So I will just press escape. Now I have not committed anything. I will now press on space again to unstage the changes. So now these all changes are unstaged. Now I will go to my main and let's try to pull the uh, latest changes. So for that, I just need to press on P. So after when I press the command P, it started pulling the changes from the remote branch. Now it is giving me error that I have some local changes. So I need to commit these changes before. So I will not commit this. What I will do, I will discard this or stash these changes. To stash the changes, I just need to click on S to stash it. If you see local, if you see at the below of this tool, you see C is the commit, S is the stash, and D is the discard. So discard will actually remove the changes. So I will just stash for now. I will press on space and I will just add a comment stash one. Yeah. So it is stash now. So if you see at the bottom, stash on main, stash one. So this is the, if you see the stash files, if you see here, these are the modified files. So it has stashed my file, which I can apply later on. Now I don't have any modified files visible here. Okay. And my branch is 4 commits behind. So I will just again press on P to pull the changes. So now the changes will be successfully pulled. Yeah, so you can see it has pulled. Now, if I want to again apply the changes, I can just do space and it has applied the changes. Yes, updating patch. See checkout space, how I can space. Are you okay? So are you sure you want to apply this stash entry? So let me type yes, enter. Okay, so it applied the stash, but it is showing as a conflicts. Okay, suppose so you can apply the if you see these are the conflicts. Okay, delete file, keep file, cancel. So I will just discard these changes. Discard all changes. So this has removed all my changes. Now suppose I want to commit this again. This is added. I will write C added a line. Okay, this is my commit message. So this is my commit. If you see, this is the red color, which means this is not pushed into the GitHub repository or the origin branch. Okay, these green are the one which is present on origin. This is the commit ID which is present only locally. Now, if you see, the arrow is reversed now. Earlier, we were behind 4 commits, so it was showing below arrow with 4 commits. Now it is showing one arrow and up is the sign, which means we are 1 commit ahead from the remote or origin branch. Now to push this, now to push this commit, I need to press on the uppercase P, letter P. So small case or lowercase p letter is going to pull the changes. Uppercase P is going to push the changes. So I will press on shift button and I will press P. Now it is going to push the changes to the remote repository. So now it has created a remote repository. Now N is the command to create a new branch. So if I press N, it will ask me to create a new branch. Okay, so I can create a new branch. Maybe I can create a kind of a feature branch or a dev branch that we can create. Now I will be showing a different way of using Lazygit. So if you are using NeoVim or if you are using LazyVim, okay, so let me go to a Python project I have. Okay, this is a Python project, and let me open my NeoVim. Okay, sorry, NeoVim. So this is my NeoVim. Okay, let me open a file. Yeah, this is a Python file. Okay, so this is my tool. Now NeoVim, if you are using NeoVim and if you are using LazyVim configurations, right? So LazyVim configuration by default provide Lazygit. So all I need to do to start Lazygit inside my NeoVim text editor, I can just press on spacebar, and then if you can see on pressing the spacebar, it is showing me the all the. If I press the spacebar, it is going to show me all the shortcuts. Okay. If you see here, this is if you see space, then G. G is for Git. So I will press G. Now it is showing me all the Git related commands which I have. Okay. So if you see here, this is the G is the Lazygit root directory or current working directory. So I will just press the G key, and it has started the LazyVim command. Okay. So this is the other way I use. So if I'm using NeoVim, I get the LazyVim inside my IDE. Okay. And if I'm using any other tool, like if I'm writing notes in the Obsidian, I can use Lazygit. If I'm using VS Code, I can just use the Lazygit from the terminal, or in IntelliJ, I can just use the Lazygit again from the terminal. Now I also installed LazyVim inside the Windows, right? So this was the uh, Ubuntu machine which I was running inside my WSL inside my Windows. Okay, now I also installed Lazygit. So you can also use Lazygit directly on the Windows. So for that, yeah, this is my repository, okay, which is present um on my Windows file system, okay, not on my WSL Linux file system, which is present on my Windows file system. Here also I can press or type this command Lazygit, and it is going to start. Now this Lazygit is started inside the Windows, and this is the one which is uh, installed on the Windows, and this was the one which was running inside the WSL. So here also, if I go to a remote branch, you can see there are 3 branches. Okay. So to create a new branch, I can just press on the N key. This is a new branch. Yeah, it will add a new branch. If I go to a remote branch, there are 3 branches. Okay, I can just press on enter, and I see a 3 branches: feature, main, and test container. Maybe I will take a feature branch. I want to check out this feature branch into my local. Okay, so I can press on space. It will say, how would you like to check out this branch? detached head or new local branch. So if I press enter on new local branch, it is going to create a new local branch on locally. Okay, so now I can either use this new branch or I can use this feature branch and do my changes or development. So this is the way you can use Lazygit, and I think it is a very awesome tool, and I really like this tool. And after getting familiar or after starting, after I started using this Lazygit tool, I no more use any other tool inside any IDE or in any code editor. I just prefer to use Lazygit. If I'm using IntelliJ, I just open my terminal, go to my folder, and I keep my Lazygit running. I do my changes in the IntelliJ. I just come to my Lazygit window and I verify my files. I do stage my file and then commit and push my file. This is all about Lazygit tool. Okay, so I hope this tool is is going to you're going to find this tool helpful, and you can just try using it. If you find any challenge, you can just write it in the comments. And if you like the this tool, do comment in the video below the video that if you were liking this tool. Okay, that's all, and thank you and bye bye.